Good morning. As the sun rises over bustling cities across the globe, a new chapter in international cooperation is unfolding. In a world often divided by borders and interests, Germany and Singapore are choosing unity and collaboration, setting an example for others to follow. Today, November 20th, 2025, these two economic powerhouses announced a groundbreaking partnership focused on strengthening global supply chains and enhancing economic resilience. German Finance Minister Lars Klingbeil, during his official visit to Singapore, confirmed that both nations are deeply committed to tackling shared challenges in moving goods worldwide, from raw materials to finished products. This isn't just a handshake, it's a strategic alliance built on 60 years of diplomatic friendship, mutual respect, and a shared vision for the future. Both countries rely heavily on international trade, with their ports serving as vital gateways for goods. Disruptions in these supply chains can ripple through their economies, affecting businesses and consumers alike. By joining forces, Germany and Singapore aim to build more resilient, flexible supply chains, ensuring that essential goods keep moving, even in uncertain times marked by global crises or unexpected disruptions. Minister Klingbeil's meetings with Singapore's top leaders, including President Tharman and Prime Minister Wong, highlight the seriousness and high-level commitment behind this collaboration. In today's unpredictable world, reliable partners matter more than ever. Trust and cooperation are the foundation for stability and progress. For everyday people, this could mean more stable prices at the supermarket, job security in export-driven industries, and greater confidence in the availability of essential products. This alliance is about foresight, solving today's problems while preparing for tomorrow's challenges, and ensuring that both nations remain competitive in a rapidly changing world. Germany and Singapore are sending a clear message to the world. The best way forward is together, united by shared goals and a commitment to a brighter, more secure future for all. Let's break down supply chains and see why they're so crucial to our daily lives. Supply chains are the world's lifeline for goods, connecting continents and people in ways we often take for granted. They move raw materials from mines and farms to factories, then finished products to stores, ensuring that everything from food to electronics reaches us on time. For countries like Germany and Singapore, these networks are not just important, they're absolutely vital for economic survival and growth. Take Germany's automotive industry. It relies on thousands of parts sourced from all over the globe, each piece essential to building a single car. If even one shipment is delayed or disrupted, entire assembly lines can grind to a halt, costing millions and affecting jobs. Singapore, as a global trade hub, depends on efficient logistics not just for its own economy, but for the entire region's prosperity. Its pharmaceutical and electronics sectors require precise, high-quality components from dozens of countries, delivered just in time to keep production running smoothly. Any delay or disruption can impact everything from life-saving medicines to the latest smartphones, leaving shelves empty and consumers frustrated. The pandemic made these vulnerabilities painfully clear. Suddenly, empty shelves and product shortages became a reality for millions, all due to supply chain breakdowns. Both Germany and Singapore realized they were more exposed than they ever imagined, prompting urgent discussions among business leaders and policymakers. Relying on a single country or shipping route is risky. If that link fails, the entire system can come to a standstill. That's why Germany and Singapore are now focused on making their supply chains stronger, more flexible, and better prepared for future shocks. By building multiple pathways for goods and diversifying their sources, these nations are ensuring their economies can weather any storm and keep the world moving. Global trade has become turbulent, facing challenges not seen in decades. Once the world's economies were growing more connected, with goods and services flowing across borders at record levels. But today, that era of easy exchange is under threat. Protectionist policies are on the rise, as countries look inward to shield their own industries and jobs. Governments are tightening borders, making it harder for products to move freely. Tariffs, taxes on imports, are meant to boost local industries but often spark global chain reactions. When one country raises tariffs, others retaliate, creating a cycle that disrupts supply chains and raises costs for everyone. The US, under President Trump, imposed tariffs on many goods, igniting trade wars that rippled across the globe. These moves have reshaped the landscape of international commerce. Germany's car exports, a pillar of its economy, have been directly threatened by these policies, putting thousands of jobs and billions in revenue at risk. Such uncertainty makes it hard for businesses to plan and invest. Companies hesitate to expand or hire when the rules of trade can change overnight. China, too, has restricted exports of critical materials, like rare earth minerals, which are vital for high-tech industries worldwide. These resources power everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. Germany's green energy and manufacturing sectors are especially vulnerable to these curbs, as they rely on a steady supply of advanced components and raw materials. Countries like Germany and Singapore are caught between superpower disputes, challenging their open trade models and forcing them to adapt quickly to shifting alliances and new rules. The old, reliable trading system is under strain, and the certainty that once fueled global growth is fading. This new reality forces governments and businesses to rethink strategies, seeking ways to adapt to a more unpredictable world. They can't assume goods will flow freely anymore. Every shipment now faces new risks and potential delays. Instead, they must actively protect their economies from disruptions, building resilience against sudden shocks and policy changes. Building secure, diversified supply chains is now essential. In this new era, flexibility and foresight are the keys to survival in global trade. Trade barriers in major economies ripple worldwide, hitting smaller nations like Singapore hard. Recent U.S. tariffs have made Singaporean goods more expensive, slashing demand. In September 2025, Singapore's exports to the U.S. dropped nearly 10% year-on-year, after a 29% plunge in August. These numbers mean real losses for businesses and workers. New sectoral tariffs, especially on pharmaceuticals, threaten a key pillar of Singapore's economy. Constant tariff threats create instability, making long-term planning difficult. This vulnerability is exactly what the Germany-Singapore partnership aims to fix. By working together, they can find new markets and alternative suppliers. Diversifying trade relationships provides a crucial buffer. Relying on one major market is risky. Spreading risk is smart. Falling exports are a warning sign. Germany and Singapore are acting now to build resilience before the damage worsens. The new partnership was forged through high-level meetings in Singapore. German Finance Minister Klingbeil's visit was a mission to strengthen economic ties. He met with President Tharman, Prime Minister Wang, and Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim-yong, showing commitment at the highest levels. Discussions focused on real-world challenges in global commerce. Both sides want to reduce dependence on any single country or region. The central theme, diversification. Building a wider network of trusted partners is key to resilience. Klingbeil also engaged with the business community, emphasizing the role of industry in building new supply chains. Government sets the stage, but businesses make it real. Together, they're laying the groundwork for a partnership that delivers real results. Diversifying supply chains is global risk management. If a company relies on one factory, a single disruption can halt everything. Sourcing from multiple factories in different countries spreads risk. Germany and Singapore are applying this logic to their economies. Heavy reliance on China and the US has exposed vulnerabilities. The new goal, a balanced, distributed trade network. This means finding new suppliers and markets in regions like Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe. It's about building a web of connections, not a single line. For Germany, this could mean new manufacturing hubs in Southeast Asia. For Singapore, it's about upgrading industries with German expertise. Diversification isn't about cutting old ties, it's about reducing over-reliance. More pathways mean more stability for both nations. These talks in Singapore come just before the G20 summit in Johannesburg. The G20 is where the world's largest economies tackle global issues. This year, the US is boycotting the summit, citing human rights concerns. America's absence creates a leadership vacuum and more uncertainty. For Germany, this makes the G20 both more challenging and more important. Minister Klingbeil regrets the US decision, stressing the need for dialogue. Global challenges require cooperation, not isolation. With the US stepping back, Germany and partners like Singapore must step up. The new alliance is a model for building partnerships in a shifting world. It's about upholding a rules-based order and tackling shared problems together. The Germany-Singapore alliance brings big benefits. For Germany, Singapore is a gateway to Southeast Asia's booming markets. For Singapore, German expertise means upgrading industries and creating high-skilled jobs. This partnership is about more than trade. It's about knowledge transfer and innovation. Diversifying supply chains together boosts security and stability. Wider networks cushion against shocks, from trade wars to pandemics. For people, this means more job security and fewer shortages. The alliance sends a message: cooperation beats protectionism. It's a model for others to follow. Together, they're building a more stable, prosperous global environment. The Germany-Singapore alliance is a signpost for the future of global trade. It points to a multipolar world, with influence spread across regions and flexible alliances. Countries must be proactive and adaptable, just like Germany and Singapore. This could spark more minilateral agreements, redefining global commerce. Open, collaborative nations will benefit most from these new networks. For consumers and workers, this means more stability and opportunity. Resilient supply chains lower the risk of shortages and price spikes. The partnership is pragmatic optimism, facing challenges, not retreating. It's a reminder that nations can find common ground and build a better future. This alliance is a small step for two countries, but a giant leap for global cooperation.